We've been able to make $2,000 to $5,000 in just a few hours, leveraging in-person events like markets and pop-ups. If this is something that you'd like to get your brand into, but you're not sure how to reach out to some of these places, we're going to go from step A to B in this video right here. So stay tuned, take out a pad because we're going to get in some notes. This one's going to be a good one. So, the number one thing that is really cool about running an e-commerce or online clothing brand is you don't have to spend your weekends running a shop or going to some of these events. The downside to that is there are a lot of consumers out there that want to know the person behind the brand, and a lot of the older folks really want to put a face to face. A lot of these people, they might not have Facebook, they might not have TikTok or Instagram where you're running your social media ads. So showing up to some of these in-person events, such as pop-ups or city markets, could be really huge for your clothing brand. We personally used to do only a few a year, now to crushing it, trying to get at least 10, within the winter and the summer. We've had days where we've made $2,000, and we've had days where we've made upwards past $5,000 in just a few hours, just because the amount of traffic that you're able to get into your booth or your tent is huge. So we're basically going to start this video out by acting like you've never done this before and how to reach out to some of these companies. So a lot of the times here in Alaska for our brand, AK Rome, a lot of the customers within our niche are people that definitely go to breweries and enjoy a nice beverage after they just got done shredding the mountain or after they just got done fishing or hiking. So what I would do is, starting from scratch, within your town or within your city, go ahead and see if there's any other clothing brands that are within your area. Give them a follow just to see what they're up to. Before we started doing in-person events, I actually got the idea from kind of a competitor here in Alaska. So I saw that they were at a local brewery and they were doing a pop-up on a random Thursday night. It was a only one brand kind of event, which is different from a market where you have multiple vendors and a lot more people. So basically what I did is I started adding some of these breweries on Instagram. From there, I wouldn't just reach out to them right away. This is important, guys. This is two sides of the field here. You can be that person that adds somebody right away and then instantly sends them a message and says, "Oh, I love this, I love that." Sometimes that can come off as disingenuous or dishonest because they know that you haven't been following their content. So what I would do, and what I personally do, is I follow those accounts for at least a couple days, maybe a week. I'll like a couple of their photos. I'll go ahead and send a couple comments. That way they know who I am. And once they start interacting with you, that's how you know that it's a good time to go ahead and shoot that message out. So say I've been interacting with a brewery for a week. I would then let them know, hey, my name is so and so. As you can see, we run a Alaska Lifestyle clothing brand. It would be really awesome if we could use your space to bring our guests and or our customers and your customers and see if we can have a pop up for the night. So basically, a pop up is just you taking your form of business into another business, and you're basically borrowing their space. So sometimes some of these breweries will ask for an upfront cost anywhere from 20 to 50 bucks. I would say that that's pretty worth it. But here in Alaska, it's all about local community, type stuff, big family, big estate. So a lot of these places I reach out to, they don't ask me to pay for anything. So that's awesome. So what you want to do is you want to let them know that, hey, I think my customer base would benefit your customer base as well, getting more people into your shop. My people like to drink. You serve drinks. Let's do this. So that's kind of like a quick rundown in a nutshell. I'll go ahead and upload another video in a couple weeks talking about exactly how to do it. And I'll have a couple examples of real conversations that we've created with some of these people. So basically what you want to do is, like I said, you want to reach out and you want to get a popular place where you think people are within your niche and would like your clothing brand. So a lot of the times, like I said, breweries are really good. Small restaurants sometimes. I find the more local, the better. Now let's talk about markets. So Alaska is really big in markets. Almost every weekend, even during the winter, there's a market going on. You can usually reach out to those people through Facebook. Okay, so it's the same thing. You reach out to them, let them know, who you are, what your intentions are, what you sell, and say it would be awesome if you could have the opportunity to try to sell some of your gear within their market. Most of the time, markets will charge you, but I've never been, even in the biggest markets, the most we've paid is like 250, and that was a whole weekend event, and it was for Oktoberfest, and it was an absolute ball. So once you're actually into this pop up or you're into this event, here are a couple tips that are going to allow you to try to sell as much stuff as you can while you have that new customer base right in front of you. So, one of the biggest things is you want to make sure your setup looks nice. What people see directly from the first moment they glance at your booth or your table or your setup is how clean it looks. Do they look like you're presenting yourself well enough that they would like to rep that brand? So a lot of the times we have really nice clothing racks. This black rack behind us where we hold some of our stock, I actually leave our online stock in bags and I bring that to events with us and put it in the back while I have sizes small through 2X on a rack where people can touch. Then I usually say, hey, if you're looking for more sizes, we have stuff in bags that nobody's touched before. Sometimes people like that. They rather have something new that nobody's touched. Other people, you'll see them walk by, feel the material, and they want that one because they know that's the exact one that they already felt. Okay. So the first thing is have a great appearance. Another big tip is nobody likes a salesperson that's pushing you a lot. I don't like going to the store or like driving through car sales lot and having the person jump on your back right away. But if you do this in the right way, if you approach those people in the right way, really positive, smile, decent amount of energy, they can just see that you're having a good time and you're just looking to have a conversation. So you kind of want to read the people as they're coming up to your booth. You can play both sides. You can play the standoffish and just let them know, hey, if you're, have any questions, let me know. It's clothing. They're not going to have a whole lot of questions. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But what I would do is I would try to find a way to relate with them. So, as simple as this, when you're nervous, you talk about the weather. Here in Alaska, you don't even have to be nervous to talk about the weather. So what I do is I try to make sure I have a conversation with almost everybody that comes into our booth. If this is summertime, we have a big 10 by 15 tent. So it's kind of cool. Once they come into your area, you know that they're there to look around. So go ahead and take advantage of it. Another great thing about talking to these people is they get a chance to kind of get to know who you are. They might not know that you run that brand. You might just be somebody that works for that brand, but go ahead and act like you do if you do, right? You basically want to have a lot of confidence. You don't want to embarrass yourself and you don't want to embarrass the brand. Okay. So once you talk to them and you make a connection, I believe that they are more willing to buy something because you weren't just that person standing in the corner. Okay. Go ahead and try both scenarios out and let me know what you think. But I do find that people actually convert into customers once you actually have a conversation with them. This is another big thing. Having your checkout system to run smoothly is another huge key to getting fast sales and getting customers in and out. We were at an event one time. Me and my fiance. I usually run the iPad with the sales register. It's a Shopify. Thought I had it around here somewhere, but basically it's a Shopify card reader. So basically they'll come to me with their item. I'll give the item to my fiance. She will fold it up and put it in a bag. You need to have bags, and it doesn't even have to have your logo on it. But if you are looking for a cheap way to get your logo on a bag, there's multiple super cheap stamp companies that you can find online. I think we got ours from not Zello. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description. I think I see it over there. We bought a 6x6 stamper where we basically just stamp our logo on these paper bags that we got from Amazon. I believe we got 50 for like $14. Make sure you have bags. People will appreciate that. And it's also a good way to advertise. If you're in a market or you're at a fair or even at a pop-up, when they put your product in a bag and walk around, that's good advertisement for everybody else around in that area. But make sure you have a good sales system going. You don't want people standing in line or having something in their hands and you took too long to get the transaction completed, and then they put the product done. So make sure you have a good way to allow people to keep flowing through. And I think that just takes practice. Of course, you could have technical errors with your reader or your iPad or your phone, but thinking about these problems in advance will help you basically avoid that error. A lot of the times too, depending on if you've been running your brand for a long time or you're just starting out, go ahead to stickermule.com. I'm not being paid to share them, but I've been using them for years, even before we started AK Rome. They have the best deals on the internet for stickers. I think right now, by the time I put out this movie, you'll have 2 more days left to get 50 holographic stickers for 19 bucks. That's Sticker Mule. So go ahead and grab yourself a couple rounds of stickers. And what I often do is when people come into the booth and they're looking at things, they have a small conversation, but they're not sure if they want something or not. They'll usually ask you like, "Hey, like, is there somewhere I can find you?" Have a flyer ready to go. We have thank you cards that we send out with all of our online orders. It has our social medias on it and all kinds of different stuff. I'll go ahead and give them a card, but I'll also let them know that they can pick out a free sticker. Okay, so we're at the point where, if you think about it, guys, a free sticker here or there. Some people charge $2, $3 for them. It's okay at in-person events to give away some free stickers. I hope you can let that slide. But what it's going to do is it's going to show them that you're willing to give them something, even though it's small, and in return for nothing. So they're going to remember that. They're also going to put that sticker on something, and that's also free advertisement. That is one thing that we've done where it's actually converted multiple sales. We would give a sticker to somebody, they would go and do their business, and then before the event was over or not too long after, they would come back and actually buy something. And I do think it's because of us giving out that free sticker. I mean, it really goes a long way. It really does. Last and not least, guys, I knew we flew through this one kind of fast, but this is a big topic where there's a lot of things to go over. So go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this, and we're definitely going to make another video. But before I let you go, last but not least, make sure your connection, your relationship with whatever owner or whoever the market coordinator was, whether you're at a prop up somewhere, we usually go to breweries. So I'll talk to the brewery owner and get that going. If you're at a market, the market coordinator, whoever's running the event, make sure you cherish that connection with them like they are your mother, like they are your dog, like they are somebody who you hold so truly and dearly to your heart. Because when you make long lasting connections like that, it's easy to reach out to them again, like, "Hey, we had so much fun at your event," or, "We had so much fun, thank you for letting us use your space. Would it be possible to do it again sometime?" And if they had a good experience with you and you had a good experience with them, more than likely they're going to allow you to come back. And that is the key to pretty much blowing up your in-person presence with your brand. I could tell you with us, a lot of the breweries we go to, there's a lot of locals, and they'll come back, weekend after weekend, and they'll see us there, and they go, "Oh wow, these guys are back. We're going to get something this time." So I don't know the exact statistic, but I know there is a statistic that says it takes someone 7 to 8 times of seeing something before they actually realize that they're going to buy it. So keep that in mind, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out another one of our videos. This is a new series. We're a new channel just starting up. I felt like sharing a lot of the info to help other clothing brands like you guys out there to become successful. And yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with it, and hope you enjoy the ride.